I'm here in front of A Dam Tower. It's Tuesday, and it's the second day of what is shaping up to be a pretty crazy busy week, especially photography-wise. See, I haven't shot a lot because the world's been kind of closed down, but now all of a sudden everything is happening at once. Today I start a 2-day in a row, all access, all areas with a singer-songwriter from New York. First show is in a couple hours here in North Amsterdam at a venue I've never been at before. And then tomorrow is down in Utrecht, which is about a half an hour, 45 minutes south of here. Then on Thursday, we hop a flight to Norway, and I am photographing a wedding that is kind of spread out over a few days. We're photographing Thursday night with the meet and greet and everybody coming into town. The wedding is on Friday, and then Saturday we've got a fjord cruise that we're going out through all of the sea and everything like that. I'm photographing that. And then Sunday, Shay and I are going to try to do some sightseeing before we have to catch our flight back here to Amsterdam so we could be back to work on Monday. So that's where we're at right now. I am going to I'm going to put this down, and I am going to find the venue, get my my credentials, meet their manager, meet the artist, and start to get to know each other a little bit so that yeah, we can make some amazing pictures. So let's go do that. So I made it to the venue, and I'm glad I got here early. Little pro tip: get to any venue that you've never photographed before early so you can get a lay for the land. This place is huge and sprawling. There's a restaurant and expo halls and all this stuff, and it seems like the concert hall is actually buried down some hallways in the back. I'm really glad I got here and walked around and got a lay for it so far. So makes it a little easier when it comes time to make contact with the manager and stuff like that and get ready for the night. So let's talk all access, all areas, and what it means. All access, all areas means different for different bands and different venues. For the most part, the way that I understand it, the way that I've done it before, is that I'm pretty much glued to the hip of the artist from the time that I make contact with them at the venue until the time it's to call a night. If I'm touring with an artist, then it goes on to the bus and we capture the evening of wind down and stuff. But for today, I kind of think that it's going to be setup, sound check, any type of meet and greet between sound check and the show. Obviously photograph the show for the whole entire show. I can do some behind the artist from backstage and stuff, and then maybe a little bit of meet and greet afterwards. If there's dinner or drinks or anything like that before or after the show, I'll photograph that also. Now that means that you're not just a concert photographer, but you're also a photojournalist at the same time. It's kind of a combination of everything that I really like about photography and what I really like doing. So with that said, I pretty much bring a variety of equipment. I'm shooting with the Sony A7 now. This will be only the second time I've done a gig with this camera. I went ahead and I rented a second body because I'm photographing a wedding later in the week, and I want to be prepared for that also and have two bodies. I have the trinity of lenses, and I also brought my Leica. And I brought my Leica because it's a little bit more discreet and something that I can carry around, like if we go out for dinner or if we're just doing some meet and greet in a smaller room. It's less conspicuous and less obvious that I'm making photos. My approach for tonight is I like to get to know the artist a little bit to kind of get an understanding of their vibe and what they're looking for and what they want. Get an understanding of the room, and you can really take a feel for the room on what type of photos you're going to make. Are the lights far away? Are the lights close? What type of lighting are you going to deal with? Are there going to be a smoke machine or a fog machine? You know, just get a feel for that. As far as how I prep for one of these types of shoots is I spend a lot of time reading up on the artist and then watching as many videos as I can from them on YouTube. Artists have a way of moving, and it's always the same. So if you can get an idea for how they act on stage, you can kind of understand what photos are going to be good before you get into the venue. In most cases, you have 3 songs to make the banger photos. Fortunately, tonight and tomorrow, I've got all night to do it, but I still really want to kind of get a feel for what is the artist's stage presence? Do they move around a lot? Do they talk a lot? Get an understanding for why they write the way they write, because that's going to give you an idea of what type of photos they want and what type of photos work well with their audience. Tonight I'm shooting Brian Dune, and he is a singer-songwriter, kind of mellow, kind of wears his heart on his sleeve. He sometimes has a pianist and some backups, but I think he's doing it solo tonight, which means it's going to be a fairly static show, but I can really try to draw emotion out of him and out of the room, and I feel that those type of shots is what's going to resonate with his fans and most importantly with him. So that's my approach on everything and my insight on what I think tonight's going to happen. Again, I'm going to try to take you around for as much as I can. I'm going to try to mount a GoPro to my body and to the camera so you can kind of see how I move through the room and stuff like that. But all of that's kind of up in the air because I don't exactly know what's going to happen next. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I'm going to try to do a little walk around this area because, again, I haven't been up here in such a long time. So let's get to walking.
We can also do it at 7, but 6:30 is ideal.
Ooh, where can I get some light? Where is there any good light? That'll have to do. Sound check went off without a hitch. It went out great. Got a really good lay for the venue, lay for the land. The lighting seems to be like it's going to be spot on. Spoke to the manager, spoke to the artist. Got a real good feel for what they're comfortable with and what they expect from me, which is always key, is take the time to get to know what they want and ask the questions, because that's how you're going to be the most successful, is when you ask them exactly what they need from you as a photographer. So went out, had some quick dinner, and now I am back. I've got about an hour before doors and about a half an hour before the manager calls me into the green room to do some just candid photojournalist, fly on the wall type shots. Super excited, super pumped. Can't wait to finish off this night strong. And I get to do it all again tomorrow night. So I gotta put this down and get my gear set.
Do it!
Oh, I'm going.
Stand, that's the picture. So.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
It actually looks cool.
It does.
Ooh, what a night. It is almost 2:30 in the morning. Great show. Shot the whole set. The crowd was amazing. Brian put on an amazing show. After the whole set, I followed him down a green room, photographed some of him with him and his family and his friends, and then with his management. Ran back upstairs with him to shoot him signing autographs with his fans. After that, we were invited to his record label's office, which happened to be right next door to the venue, and we hung out there for the next couple of hours. Then we catch the ferry and then an Uber back here to home. So that's a wrap for tonight. Tomorrow's a whole nother day. We rinse and repeat. I've got to get home, I've got to dump the memory cards, and I've got to charge my batteries so that I'm ready to go tomorrow night. So day 1 done. I can't wait until night 2. So I got to go get some sleep. Catch you in the morning. Ooh, I made it to Tivoli. Tonight is night number 2 of shooting All Access for Brian Dune. Got a little bit later of a start. Possibly could have something to do with getting home at 2:30 in the morning. I got very limited photos from last night edited. I did just sound check and green room. So we've got about an hour before load-in. So I'm gonna try to get up and get into the room now to try to knock out some of the edits from last night before I load up on even more photos from tonight's show. So let's get in and let's see what the room's like and start to get a feel for the layout and get some editing done. Sound check is done. We just finished dinner. This room is beautiful. This is an amazing, amazing room. The lighting is spot on. The way the stage is set up is great. There's a balcony that I'll be able to shoot from. I've been given my shot list for tonight on what they need. One of them is we got to focus on this guitar. It's a loaner guitar from Gibson, and they really want to profile it in the pictures as a thank you to Gibson. There's this great, amazing grand piano that I was shooting right down. The reflections, the lighting is great. We have to go to the green room now. They've got a couple guests coming, and he's writing out his set list by hand, and I want to photograph that. He also writes them by hand and then signs one of them and gives it to somebody or sells it to somebody. So I want to capture that also. So I've got to grab my gear and get back down to the green room. So next time you see me, I will be shooting.
I think it's like more like 87.
No, it has to be. Then it's not her first movie. She's in Footloose, and that's like 1984.
It's also kind of fun. It's also classic, like. I'm not scared of you. So if you gotta go, baby, then that's what will be. But I'll be right here when you come back home to me. If you wanna stay a while, I think I got.
Whew, that is a wrap. That's 2 days in a row of shooting concerts, all access, all areas. Those are extremely, extremely long days, but I cannot thank Brian Dune enough for allowing me to have the access that he gave me to capture his time here in the Netherlands. So for now, I'm on my way home. It's not quite as late as it was last night, but it's still late. I have to dump the memory cards. I have to charge the batteries. I have to go through all of my equipment and get it all ready for tomorrow when I fly out to Norway to photograph a wedding for the next 3 days. So with that, I'm gonna call it a night. And thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell button. I'm told that it does something. But thanks, and we'll be back soon.